yeah, typically some of the political interviews that a magazine like ours would carry are political leaders from different parts of the world, Caribbean, Mauritius, US, New Zealand, and a host of others. We keep interviewing these successful political leaders and business leaders and academic leaders and technology leaders from time to time. This is awards that we do. The next one is on 10 January 2011. We recognize some top people from the diaspora. This is a view of that. Yeah. And these are some of our core objectives, that is to provide GYIPS and other diaspora institutions more information on opportunities that exist, to work in closer cooperation with the government, and create more awareness about networks and groups such as the GYIPS within India, especially for relevant institutions that are seeking partnerships with diaspora bodies. Yeah, and this is something later on we can discuss how you may participate. I understand there are a lot of people who are alumni from different institutions world over. We would like you to share your inputs on your activities, your programs, so that we could highlight them in our magazine. So I won't take much of your time. A lot of you would be waiting to now hear the panel start. So with these words, I thank you again for this overwhelming response, and I thank all the speakers present here for taking time out today. And I thank GYIPS for being a great partner for this event. Thank
you. I'd now like to invite Mr. Anirudh Suri, coordinator at GYIPS, to introduce the theme of the conference.
Hi everyone, and welcome. I am very proud, very excited, and very honored that such a great group of people have chosen to attend this conference on a Saturday afternoon. And I hope that because of your good deed and because of your ability to resist the desire to have a nice afternoon somewhere having brunch or sleeping in, maybe the weather gods will shower us with some rain today. But before I say anything about the theme of the conference, I would like to introduce the organizing committee, without whom I think this event would have been very hard for us to organize. So if I can start introducing some of the organizing committee people who are here, and they can provide quick introductions to themselves as well. Ankit?
Hi, I'm Ankit Wadhwa. I am working with the Office of Mr. Naveen General here as a parliamentary associate, basically supporting him on his policy issues, the development work that happens in his constituency. So sort of not completely with the government, but working with a politician. I in fact made that transition from McKinsey, where I was a consultant before this. And I'm happy to be associated with GYIPS to organize this event. Hopefully we'll get a lot more inputs from like-minded people in the conference here.
Hi everyone, my name is Swati Sahani. As many of you may be aware that the right to free and compulsory education for children between 6 to 14 years of age recently came into force. I work as a senior consultant with the Ministry of Human Resource Development to ensure that this right becomes a reality, especially for the most marginalized children in our country. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Farhan Naqvi, just completed my studies, and like you, I'm also trying to explore spaces for young Indians in the government.
Hi, I'm Rajika Seth, and I work with the Nehru Memorial Museum and Library at the Teenmurti Bhavan. They're recently modernizing the Teenmurti Bhavan, and I'm coordinating and developing the youth program there. And it's been brilliant working with GYIPS.
Good afternoon, my name is Priyanka. I am a graduate student along with Anirudh at the Kennedy School of Government at Harvard University. and I'm here in Delhi for 2 months working on a short project with the Ministry of Women and Child Development.
Hello everybody, I'm working as a parliamentary associate with a very young politician named Ms. Naveen Jindal, and I'm helping him change the face of population stabilization and family planning in India. We are trying to reposition family planning to about 383 million people in India who do not realize the value of it. And simultaneously, we are also helping him transform his district, a district which comprises of about 2.5 million people. So that's about it. I'm looking forward to an interactive session.
Last but not least, Ankur.
Hi, my name is Ankur Singla, and I don't work with the government. I'm a corporate lawyer and an entrepreneur. Thanks.
And on behalf of the organizing team, as well as GYIPS and our partner India Empire, I'd like to extend a really warm welcome to all of you again to this conference. This conference, in my opinion, I think is unique for a couple of reasons. One, as you will see, the average age of the panelists and this participants here, I think, will be much lower than any other conference that you've been to, probably that has the word government in its theme, I think. And I think it's unique in that. And also it's unique in that it is really, I think, seeking to acknowledge and ultimately channel what I see as a growing desire amongst young Indians in India and abroad today to work in government and to improve the governance of our country. So I think for those two reasons, this conference is unique and hopefully will add to the discourse around bringing young Indians into government. The idea then, the basic premise of this conference is very simple. We want to explore ways to bring young Indians into government, and in more ways than just the civil service route, which obviously exists. But as we all know, that's a very selective program, has been and will probably continue to be a very selective program. But that's, in my opinion, only one of the ways that we can have young Indians be involved in governance in India. And so the basic premise then today that we hope to discuss and brainstorm and come up with new ideas for is how to bring young Indians into government, whether that's through working with MPs, whether it's through working with ministers, whether working with civil servants themselves, or in other ways. And I think, keeping that one idea in mind, we have two goals for the conference today. One, as I've just mentioned, the first panel will explore ways in which you can get involved in government. And the second panel then will focus on a way that we hope will become a very structured way to bring young Indians into government, which will be a fellowship, which we have currently termed as the Management and Leadership Fellowship in Government, the MLF. And we're hoping that this MLF program can over time become one of the ways that many young, talented, bright Indians who otherwise would choose to go pursue careers in the private sector, in the non-profit sector, as entrepreneurs, etc., choose to spend 2 years in government and get an experience, get a flavor of what governance and policy making in India is like. So that when they, after that, go and pursue careers in the private sector, in government, as entrepreneurs, whatever they might choose to do, they have a very good understanding of what governing India involves. And so that then they can also later on in their careers provide valuable inputs to policy making. And those are the basic two goals that we hope that we can achieve in our conference today. And with that, I'll invite Ghazal to introduce the next panel. Just a couple of quick housekeeping things actually.